Hi guys and welcome back to our channel. It's been a minute but I'm back and I'm feeling so good. So welcome back. If you're new here, hi, I'm Lauren aka That Vain Gal and it's so nice to meet you. Thank you so much for tuning in today. It means the absolute world, so thank you, and don't forget to hit that button and subscribe to my channel. Mwah. Today's video is Girl Talk Part 2. Now this is part of the Lashes Love in Life series and part 1 done so well. If you watched it, thank you so much. I love that you're tuning into it because this series means so much to me. Getting other people's opinions and sharing my own opinions on topics that mean a lot to me. So this week's topic is about online shopping. Now if you go look and check out my history of videos, you will see I'm a wee bit of an avid online shopper fan, a Klarna fan, a Klarna made me do it fan, a wee bit obsessed with online shopping, just a bit. But what a perfect topic to do a poll on. Now I actually did this poll at the end of September. I'm well aware now we're into November, however I did have some things going on in my life. I wasn't feeling too great, but just like my nail polish, I'm painting over the cracks, hun, and I'm back. So ready to do this, as I just guys still want to see it, better late than never. And you said yes, so I'm here, we're going for it, and let's just jump right in, and I hope you enjoy this video. But remember, don't forget, if you do enjoy it, to give it a big thumbs up, and your support means so much for small creators like myself. Enjoy! Okay, so every question that I ask, I'm going to put all the options that were left to tick on my Instagram poll to the side of me. Last year I kind of read through them all and it ended up being a really long video. Now of course a chatty video is always going to be longer, however I thought this was best to shorten it down because can't be bothered. So I'm going to put them to the side of me here. And that is just where you're going to have to read them, so that's okay. I'll just be going by what's to the side of me, put the percentages along with it. If you don't like it or prefer the old one, let me know down in the comments below. If you like the new setup, please also let me know down in the comments below because your guys' opinions on how this video layout works best for you helps tons. It's not just my video, it's our video. So I want you guys to have the best experience while watching moi. So obviously the first question had to be, how often do you shop online? So these were the options you could select, and the most popular one was 45% said sometimes. Now I was shocked at this because I thought the answers would be always or often. I was quite surprised only 21% was like too much. Like I honestly thought that would be way bigger. Often came in next, so I guess like yeah, but I was really surprised that I honestly thought it would be too much or often, and like sometimes it would be down there with never. I'm really shocked at that. Like it makes me feel like I definitely do have a problem, and not gonna lie, you'd have like shamed me here. It was too much. There was a period where I was going through and parcels were coming through daily, and I mean like 4 parcels a day, like it was ridiculous, and Lewis had to buzz the guy in for all of them, so it wasn't really great. He probably absolutely hated me, and I totally understand that. Like I know I'm fabulous, but I would hate me for that as well. So that is the basis for this topic. How often do you shop? And then we'll just take it from there about more in-depth questions. Towards the end it does get a wee bit deeper where it's like personal situations. So thank you so much for everyone that participated in that section. And of course I'm going to get a little bit real and a little bit deep in that section as well because shit needs to be talked about, and I feel it's so important to use a platform like this to talk about it. So yeah, stay tuned for that. The next question was, why do you shop online? Like what is your sole purpose for shopping online and not in store? Is it more choice? Is it like stress free? Because obviously like you can do it in the comfort of your own home rather than getting ready to get out to the shops. Like there's an element of comfort to it and accessibility. Like you don't need to get transport into shop. Obviously it's like extremely available in that circumstances as well, but they do have pay later options as well compared to in-store. However, H&M and New Look, I know they too are now doing Klarna in-store, which is The future, people, and it's going to wreck our lives. So now you can go into H&M and you can choose to pay later. Now you set up your H&M account with Klarna, you go in the store. It's never worked for me. It's never worked for me. I've tried it twice and it hasn't worked, and the girls are trying to blame me, but I'm like, it literally says pay later activated. But anyway, that's a rant. So yeah, H&M you can pay later, which means you can buy in store, link it to your Klarna account and pay in 30 days. And New Look you can pay in 30 days as well. I've done it with New Look. I do think it's pretty cool. If you return the item to in store, automatically it updates your Klarna account. It's definitely the future of paying, I think. But I think like Klarna, hear me out, right? I'm going to go all Dragon's Den on you. I feel like Klarna could benefit from a little QR code attached to their payment. So like your Klarna account, there could be a little QR code and you just scan it in the store and it instantly sets up to your Klarna that you're paying later, because right now you have to get sent a text, you have to like set their method up with your method and text, and sometimes you don't get a signal in the shop and then H&M one's straight up not working. So I feel like it would be so much more cooler if Klarna was like an actual bank and you had like a QR code or an online bank and you just like scanned it in store and automatically linked to your Klarna account. So Klarna, if you want to work in this, just hit me up. But yeah, so these were the options, and of course it is no surprise that more choice and stress-free were joint first. Now obviously that is my reasons as well. I just think it's, well, not stress free because I do get pretty stressed shopping online as well, but I just feel like there is so much more choice, like especially home stuff. You go in the store, it's not in stock, you can shop online for it, and I feel like there's just a greater availability online that you just don't get in store on the online exclusives. So there is more option online. It is so much more easier. You can just be like chilling on the couch, in the bed, even on the pan if that's your style, hun. Like you could literally be chilling out anywhere and shopping. And yeah, that's bad, but it just means that you don't have to slap your face on makeup and get ready and go on the town for a disappointment shopping trip and get soaked in the rain and feeling miserable with your little paper Primark bag. You can see where I'm going here, right? I'm getting pretty deep with this. You can see I'm getting affected, but we've all been traumatised, gals, with the Primark bag in the rain. Like, we've all been there. It's not cute. We don't need that negativity in our lives, not at all. Same note, Primark, you need to go online now, hun. Like, we need you, we need you, we need saving. Why is Primark not online? Anyway, rant over. Those answers sum all this up, why people shop online, and obviously there is more choice, it is stress free, so I definitely agree with those top answers. So obviously when you've asked why do you shop online, you need to know what for, hun. So I was like, what do you shop online for? Is it beauty, skincare, clothes, accessories? Now I should have put home in with this because for me personally, I do shop for home stuff a lot online, but with this being more kind of online shopping, clothes based and sizes and all these things, I left home out of it. But maybe I should do a little home poll. Would you like to see one about home down below? Would you like to see a tour of my home down below and everything I'm doing to my home down below? Why am I saying down below? Why? Down below. You know, down below, would you like to see a tour of my home? Know where I got some of my stuff from, my favourite pieces of my home? Would you just like to know anything home related? A whole video on it? Let me know down below. So these were the options. Now of course clothes come out on top, like probably my number one reason for shopping online as well. I do tend to buy my makeup more in store because if you have not been in Boots lately, it is literally the new Debenhams. Like they have your Chanel, Dior, Too Faced, KVD, they have everything. They even have Fenty, they have like It Cosmetics. It's literally like Debenhams now, so get yourself to Boots real quick. But yeah, clothes in store is just a bloody nightmare. Like apart from places like Primark where you have to go in store because they don't have an online one. But I feel like if I was going to shop for River Island or New Look or obviously the online based retailers, so your Boohoo's, your Pretty Little Thing, your Misguided, they are solely based online. Shein as well. So you have so much more availability because they are so much cheaper than like New Look, River Island. Zara. So obviously you would shop online because, well, that's all you can do. There's solely online retailers with the best discounts giving us really good products, and it's just so much more easier. Like the other day I got a pair of 90s fit black joggers and white ones, been searching everywhere for them, and I finally got a pair on Misguided. They had 40% off, so I got them for a tenner. Like barg, they fit perfect. If you're a petite gal like me, I'm 5'2", if you're a petite gal, it's so hard to find jockeys that are like oversized but don't swamp you and look ridiculous on you. So I would definitely say get to Misguided, put in petite jockeys, you'll get their 90s range, and I actually am between like a 6 to a 10. I'm anywhere. I had to go a size 4 in them and they still fit like just a nice oversize, not like a bin bag oversize. I definitely recommend checking them out. There was a little bit where you could select other and then tell me what the other things were, and people said like crafts and homeware, and I'm definitely in that bracket as well. Like my parcels can be like eBay for all my craft stuff, because I do have a craft page at the Luxe Folks / if you want to check me out on Instagram, self-promotion at its finest. Check that out for some Christmas presents that are homemade. If you're UK based, check that out for your little bits of homeware. Shein has an amazing home section with random bits you didn't know you need, but you definitely do, so check that one out as well. But yeah, I would say I'm probably the same in that other bracket. So now we're getting to the tea. We're getting to the tea, the milk, 2 sugars kind of stuff. We are getting to the tea being spilled, the juicy stuff, the stuff you're all here to know. Tips imaginary tea. How long do you spend online? I'm just going to get comfy for this one real quick. So here is the options: under 1 hour, 1 to 2 hours, 2+ hours. Now, not going to lie, I'm anywhere between the 1 to 2 bracket and the 2+. Some nights I'll just sit there and I could be on there for 2 hours and it's the quickest 2 hours of my life, and it can just be on Shein. Like, I could just literally be on the one store, not looking for anything, I'm just adding it to my basket. I might not even check out, I might just keep it there for about a week. But yeah, if I'm bored, the first thing I do is go online to shop. Like guys, they go on Twitter, they look at football feeds and all that. But for a girl, I think it's just so easy just to be like, I'm bored, let's go online. So, but hopefully you're not and you're like, I'm bored, let's go on Lauren's YouTube. So hopefully that's the case. But for me personally, I do go online when I'm bored. So I was quite shook when how long I spend online, that the most common answer was under an hour. Now, how, like, is that just one shot? Is that multiple shots? Like, I have so many questions. Let me know down below, because I could not imagine spending just under an hour. Maybe on one shot if I knew what I was going for and I had like a kind of mindset of what I was going for, then maybe I'd be under 1 hour. But if I'm actually like randomly searching, that's not enough. 1 to 2 hours was obviously the next popular one, and that one just hits me in the feels, you know, like it is so relatable. And I feel like if you're just randomly shopping out of boredom, a lot of people that were under 1 hour, maybe more in the 1 to 2 bracket, who knows, that's just assumptions, but maybe. So then continue to spill the tea. I then asked, do you shop online for a reason, or is it just random? So this one was really close. Random just sneaked in there with 59%, and reason with 41%. It's relatable, innit? Like, I just go on, I mean, if I'm looking at home stuff, I'm obviously online for a reason. I'm looking specifically for a certain item, but if I'm just sitting on the couch, there's no reason whatsoever, there's no method behind the madness. I just want to shop, I just want to see all the pretty things, or like be miserable that I can't buy them. Like, I just want to like be surrounded in my own misery at items that I cannot afford to buy. That is mostly why I shop online, just to torture myself. I like it, I'm kinky. Kinky shopper. It's not going to make fetch happen, is it? But yeah. So I just do randomly as well. Like, there's no method behind the madness at all, and most of my parcels have been spontaneous desires of an obsessive shopper's mind. Do you ever use pay later? So pay later, for anyone who doesn't know, that's your Klarnas, your ClearPays, your Laybys. I think there's a few others up there now, but you can get PayPal, pay later as well, where you split it in 3. and there's so many pay later options now that it's sickening. It's so readily available to us online, and it's hard not to fall into that trap. Obviously, you'll always see, if you've watched my videos previously, I always put to the side Klarna made me do it, which I just done right now. Killing it. So yeah, Klarna is my downfall. I feel like ClearPay, I'm not a fan, because ClearPay, if you return something, Klarna you can report a return and it holds the payment, whereas if you return something on ClearPay you have to wait for that company to process it before ClearPay refunds you and stops your payments, and I'm not a fan of that because you're paying for an item that you no longer have. So I would definitely say ClearPay is the most annoying out of the lot. Lay-by can be quite cool if you have a purchase at say £10 or like £12, it splits that over 6 weeks, so every week like £1.50 or something comes off your account, so that is pretty cool. Like I'd say if it's a smaller purchase, it's just £15, lay-by is pretty cool to split it over 6 weeks. I would definitely recommend that for purchases under £20. It is really good, especially if it's a purchase you know you'll keep, so like a makeup item or something. Definitely recommend lay-by. PayPal, if you have PayPal, you're signed up and all that, it does offer you a pay in 3 version, a bit like Klarna. Pay in 3 we can split it, so you're splicing the payments to once a month. I definitely recommend PayPal Pay Later as well. Sometimes you get a wee box that you can tick that says pay in 14 days. So definitely recommend PayPal, but like ClearPay you can't report a refund, so that does have its downfalls. I'd say Klarna's probably the best if you're going to buy something. You now can shop on Klarna as well, so you go on the app, you select your retailer and you can create a credit card. It's a one-time credit card, and you go down, you type in the amount and it automatically splits it in 3. So like places like Wayfair and Dunelm, if you actually go on their website, they don't have Klarna listed as a payment option. However, if you go through the Klarna app, it does come up to allow you to get a one-time Klarna card. And I tried this recently with Amazon because my printer ink cost like 50 quid. And I was like, I don't want to straight up pay that right now. So I shopped through the Klarna app, created a one-time credit card, and it split it in 3 for me. So it is pretty cool, it is pretty good as long as you're not abusing the system. And of course, if you return the item, you can report that and it holds the payment. So I would definitely say if you're going to try Pay Later, choose Klarna. It's pink branding, what's not to love? So back to the topic, right? Going completely off key, like being your little bank lady, like, choose Pay Later now. No, right, this is not an advert, but I just wanted to talk you through these things. I'll also be bringing them up in my Black Friday video. Keep a wee eye out for that, exclusive, but I'll be bringing it up in that as well, how you can use Pay Later to your advantage. Blah, 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 blah. Your answers were either yes or no. Again, quite close, but no snaked it. I mean, I'm shocked to that because I use Pay Later all the time, probably too much. But I'm trying to like cut down on it, but it's just so hard to resist. You know, obviously we want really close, like the answers. But yeah, I mean, as you know by now, I'm the Pay Later bracket. So if you don't use Pay Later, I'll also say good for you. If you're paying up front, then good for you. Proud of you, because you're in a position to do that, because obviously you can get down this slippery slope with Pay Later, which I'm actually going to discuss a little bit later. I'm actually going to discuss my kind of issues with Pay Later and the dark side to Pay Later. I'll touch upon it in this video, but I feel like I might do a proper video on it and a proper video on the downsides to online shopping, Pay Later systems, and where you can end up at if you're really not careful. But no more doom and gloom for this section at least. So my next question was, what do you think of online sizing? So here were the options. Now, coming out top was hit and miss. Totally agree, like hit and miss is the same answer for me. Sometimes you'll go online and it could be the exact same colour and one fits you and the other colour doesn't, and it's like, hun, how can you get it so wrong? And it could be the same colour of top, like, how does that happen? Like, one size fits you, the other doesn't, and it's the same bloody colour. Like, I just can't. For me, my answer was hit and miss as well. Like, I feel I'm more hit on shops like Shein, and then I'm more miss on shops like Old Polly and Misguided and PLT Boohoo. I feel their sizing is all a bit meh, like more in the sense of it's kind of on the bigger sizing range, and I just cannot work out my sizes at all. Primark I'd say is mostly my sizing, New Look mostly my sizing, but I would say online retailers are definitely on a slippery slope of sizing. I do sympathise with the wee 1% saying rubbish because relatable. Babe, I just hope you have better days with it. Like, I hope it's not always rubbish for you and there is light at the end of the online shopping tunnel for you. Sending my love. So this question I sneaked in there because I was like, okay, I want to know this because this one is me spilling the tea because I was like, I want to know this for my own benefit, but you're also going to get here as well. So how much do you return? Now these were the options. Personally, I return a lot. Like, sometimes I just shop online and I know I'm not going to keep it. I just want to torture myself. I want to try it on. I just feel pretty. Maybe take some photos and then I return it. I just want to try on some new styles. I have no intention of keeping it. So yeah, I do return a lot. But in that sense as well, like, I think that's good if something arrives. And Lewis, my boyfriend, he kind of gave me the motto of, do you like it or love it? So when I try something on, if I just like it, maybe I should be sending it back. If I love it, definitely keep it. I would say that guy's talking sense. So yeah, if you want that to be your motto too, he's not claiming copyright on it, hun, so on you go. Obviously, the biggest percentage was some, and then not much came in behind, but so did never. And that's surprising, and never and not much are like, obviously by a massive like jump ahead was some. Now that is definitely relatable. Like, I probably return most of it, but I definitely like get the someone because I could fall in that bracket as well, but I probably like fall into the extra bracket of most of it. Yup. I don't know if you've heard of this one, but there is a term called midnight shopper. Now this means when you're at midnight, you're bored, you're up late, you can't sleep, you shop online, you go on and buy ridiculous clothes, like no reason for it, it's a random shop, you just want to do something, bored like I mentioned earlier, you're just bored, you shop online, no reason for it whatsoever. And that can be called midnight shopper. Did that mean anything to you? Yes or no? Personally, I would say yes, it's so relatable. I would say most of my online shops happen after midnight, if not all of them. Like, if I'm shopping with friends, I shop during the day, but most of my clothes purchases are after midnight because I was bored, I'm up late, I've got nothing else to do, I'm left to my own devices because Lewis has went to bed, and we're not blaming him here. But yes, I'm kind of just sitting there and I'm like, what to do? Shop. Was kind of close, but no was the winner here. I mean, can't really, I mean, yous are so lucky because I don't know if he's have normal bedtimes or what, but my wee insomnia shopping mind is fucking gone. Kind of linked to that one, does your mood ever affect your shopping? So like, if you're feeling a certain feeling, does it affect your shopping? So like, for me example, I used to do this thing when I was like always not well, like a sympathy shop. Don't know if anyone else does this, but if I'm feeling like, if I've been not well, I go shopping when I'm better and I treat myself to something or a new pair of PJs. I have to buy myself something, and it used to be that my mum or my nana, they would buy me a pair of PJs when I was better. It was actually a wee routine. However, Jackie doll, aka my mum, we were in Primark after I was ill recently and I was like, oh, wee PJs, and she's like, no, rude. Like, it's literally a tradition. It's like Christmas. Traditions have been broken, and Lauren did not get her sympathy PJs off her mum because she's now 27 years old. Dad should just say that so confidently. I'm too old now apparently. Whatever. But back to this, I do sympathy shopping. If my mood's low, I shop. If my mood's great, I shop. Like, I'm just a shopper all round for anything, any mood, any occasion. Therefore, the highest percentage was a lot. Your mood drives you to shop a lot. Totally get it. Do you get it? Let me know down below. Like, I definitely 100% get it. My mood is the reason I shop. If I was busy all day, I wouldn't shop. So definitely boredom, sadness, even happiness, celebrating, grieving, I don't know, like everything just drives you to shopping. It's a distraction from adulting and actually doing things with your life, isn't it? Like that is what it is, a distraction. Hey guys, we're into the personal section. Now these are the personal questions. It's asking you to be honest about aspects of your life that you may not feel comfortable with, or you may think they're otherwise quite personal. So thank you so much for everyone that answered these questions as honest as you could. I would really appreciate it. This is obviously a section where I'm going to be brutally honest as well, and just I'm not going to hold anything back. I'm just going to give you it and tell you how I really feel. The question was quite personal, and it's how much do you spend online per month? Now obviously know my answer, but I wanted to know you guys' answer as well. Here was the options. Now there was a joint first place, and that was for the first two, which was under 50 and 50 to 100. Now that is so great. Like if people are spending under £50, great, but I don't know where they're doing it. Like where are you shopping from? I need that app, because like it's so easy to spend over 50. Like the 50 to 100 bracket I get. Like if I'm talking about per shop as opposed to per month, I would say it's always under 100 apart from Shein. If we are talking about monthly, I'm 200 plus. I mean, I really just spend ridiculous amounts on clothes, ridiculous amounts on makeup, and I end up getting myself into some shit, which happened really recently. I'm just going to be brutally honest here. Like, I actually took a break from my socials and a break from just life, and I've not been a very good friend to people lately because I had to sort my shit out. Basically, the past 2 months, so kind of September, maybe late August, September, I just went through a period where I was constantly shopping online with pay later, and my Klarna was just really high, and I had to obviously pay it all off eventually. So I spent like September and October paying shit off, and it was grim. I mean, there was one time I was just left with £1 to get me by, and it was really grim, and everything was just really going wrong for me. Like all my expensive shit was breaking. My printer ink ran out. I smashed some of my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless powder. My highlighter smashed. My toothbrush broke, and yeah, all these things were just happening at the one time. It was really overwhelming, but I just found myself in a really dark place, and yeah, I'm doing better now. I just had to kind of take myself away from life and try and find better ways to cope. Am I still shopping? Well, of course I am, but I'm making much healthier choices, and I'm making sure that I can definitely afford it. So when I receive clothes now, I'm definitely making sure that I absolutely love them, and I will send things back that I do love if I feel that it's going to be over budget. Fair approach to shopping now. I do have Klarna purchases to pay off, however I am coping. I did take responsibility and accountability for getting myself in that situation. I was using online shopping as a method of coping with anxiety and all these feelings, any negative feelings. I just went online, and I did recognise what I was doing, thankfully, and I managed to help myself. And for me, a big part of that was taking accountability for what I was doing, and the fact that I had to pay stuff off and I had barely any money to get by. I accepted it, and I think that's a big thing. If you find yourself having to pay a lot of stuff off with little money, you have to accept that one, you got yourself in that situation, and two, that to get to better days, you just have to accept that that is your life right now. So for me, I have found that self-acceptance in these circumstances goes a long way. You have to take accountability, responsibility for your own actions, and yeah, they have got you in a tight position, but that's on you, and you just have to go, do you know what, I got myself here, I'm going to get myself out of here, and that is where your mindset has to go. My Klarna is a bit meh leading up to Black Friday and all those tempting discounts, but I'm here and I'm definitely feeling much better. I'm back and I'm doing a lot better overall, and I'm definitely recognising triggers that I may have. Like for me, there's a darker side to online shopping and why you might online shop, and I think I'll do a separate video on that because it is something I didn't even realise could be the case. And it was just one night I was just talking about my feelings and stuff, and I realised why I online shop and I self-destruct with money. And yeah, it is quite deep. I don't want to ruin this whole video because this could be quite a fun video, but I also want to just be real as well. But I'll do another video soon. If you definitely want to see that, let me know down below. But I think I'll do it anyway. I think it's a really important story to tell about the darkness of finances and what you could be doing to yourself and why. So I'll definitely talk about that another day. And yeah. So next question can kind of touch on to what I was just talking about. Do you worry about how much you're spending online? So this was the options here for selection. Totally not surprised that always and sometimes were joint first, because I always worry about how much I'm spending online, but the sad truth is it doesn't stop me. Like, especially when I was going in my situation just recently, it didn't stop me. And yes, there was a darker reason behind that, but even now, like, I constantly worry about it. But again, self-acceptance. If you're going to make the mistakes, own them and make sure that you don't blame anyone else for them. Take accountability. The people that voted no regrets, go you baby girl, go you, like, go you hun. Proud. And I would say this month I've got a more fuck it, no regrets attitude. I'll get by, I will cope, no regrets. Next question ties off the back of that. Do you ever regret a splurge as soon as you hit pay? Now for me, this is so real. Like, I go through it all, I know I can't afford it, I go through it anyway, I hit checkout and I regret it. What have I done? Why did I just do that? Like, what made me spend 2 hours on that website to click pay? Like, and you literally just put yourself through 2 hours of shopping and you hit pay. What did you expect to happen? Like, did you expect to just be suddenly okay? Do you expect a sugar daddy to just know that you just bought online and ruined all your finances and slide into your DMs like, baby girl, I know you just bought on Shein, let me take care of that? Of course it's not going to fucking happen. What were you thinking? Of course, sometimes was the biggest answer. I would say 60 to 70% of the time I do regret it. As soon as I hit pay, well, not regret it, but I'm like, Lauren hun, you've done it again. Oh, that said no regrets again. Fucking hell, like, you're just living your best life, like, proud. We are down to the final 2 questions. It's the final countdown. Okay, so second last question. Do you find it hard to save due to your spending? This was the options. Now for me, 100%, I find it hard to save. I'm really trying now to make a conscious effort to save, but 100%, like, I had nothing in my savings account up until recently. It's grim, and I really struggled to save because of my spending habits, and that is something I definitely need to get a grip of. So obviously it's kind of really close here, but the fact that most of you said not really, like, I'm so jealous, because for me, I do really struggle to save. Some months come in really close, like it was nearly smashing not really's back doors in. Finally, when you do a whole poll on online shopping, you have to ask one question. Are you obsessed with online shopping? You know my answer by now. Of course I am. I'm obsessed. I love it, I live it, I breathe it, I smell it. I love online shopping. Here were the answers. You could have put defo, you could have put borderline, or you could have put straight up nah. And straight up nah won. How is no one else obsessed? I need a minute. Borderline was next, but only 25%. Like, what? I mean, maybe you shop online a lot and don't classify yourself as obsessed, but I don't know. I mean, what does obsessed really mean? Does it mean you're addicted? I'm not sure. I mean, maybe they're saying they could cope without it, but could you really? Like, I don't know, but that result shook me, like, absolutely shook me. But yeah guys, that is the end of the online shopping poll video. I hope you enjoyed this, I hope you were here for it, and I hope you answered along the way. Let me know what your results were personally and what you thought of this video, of course. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm so glad to be back and doing what I love. Thank you so much, because I had noticed when I was away my channel has grown. I went up in subscribers. I finally hit 100, so thank you so much for everyone that's recently subscribed. My old Polly video is like 4.5k views now. My video wears at 1k. Like, what the fuck? I was away like a month and I came back to so much love, and it means the absolute world, so thank you. As I mentioned previously, I probably will film a video on the dark side of pay later and why you could be ruining your life financially. Until then, until all that new content, I'm off, bitches. I'm away to stuff my face at a Chinese buffet for like the 6th time in a month. That's no joke. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit that wee bell and join the gang. It means so much. Definitely follow me on Instagram but especially because at the end of November I will be doing a poll on a particular subject, and I'll also be asking you guys what you would like me to discuss and for us to discuss for the 3rd volume of this series. So definitely follow me on Instagram at thatbingal, and yeah, stay safe and sassy guys, and thank you for all the love. Bye.